Hello and welcome to Monkey's Paper Palooza Craft Corner. Today we are going to change gears a little bit. We are going to go into project planning with Erin Condren's notebooks. So here are her two notebooks. The one on the left is the most common one, it's just her coiled, and the new one on the right is her new softbound. We are going to talk about both of them as well as go into their differences as well as their commonalities, the pros and cons of each of them, and how they can help in project planning as you plan your cards, your crafts, or anything. So I picked this beautiful design from these, and this is the Oh So Retro, which is so fun. It's got pretty geometric prints. I've also added some add-ons to these, and you will see them in here, including the elastic band as well as bookmarks. I wanted to go into this because project planning is a major importance when you're making a card. As much as we like to think that we all go in willy-nilly, sometimes we have to plan out a card and see how it looks before we hit into it. And I do that quite often. I often pre-plan my videos as well as pre-plan my cards before I even start building them on the screen. That way I know for sure the layouts may work. If not, sometimes they don't work and then I have goof up. So that's what I do. I love planning out my stuff. Let's go into the softbound notebook first. Now, I'm going to say this is a new thing for her because usually her covers are a laminated cover and they have different things. Now, I added elastic band to mine, but it does not come with the notebook. What's nice about these notebooks is, like I said, they are a vegan leather bound, soft bound notebook. There's no coils, no hardcover, no laminate. It does come with an index, which is really, really nice. The pages are a 80-pound paper. There's about 124 pages in here, though some of the pages, of course, are including the index as well as back cover pages. But nice thick paper, great for doodling on as well as doing it. And this is a 5x8 notebook, and it has a gold foil edge. You can choose which gold foil you want. I chose the gold, but they do come in rose gold, gold, and platinum. And you can also personalize it on the front. As you see, I put Craft Corner on the top of mine, and I put that also in the rose gold foil. Now, you can get different types of pages. Now, I chose the 5mm dot grid. And the reason I chose, and there's my Craft Corner there, the dot grid was because I want to draw my cards out on this. So this gives me a grid to actually put my frame on my card and then put my sayings. Now I can doodle them in, or if I really wanted to stamp them in, I can stamp the image right in there and go from there. Because most of my cards are going to be 4x6.5, so they're going to be small enough to fit in this 5x8. So it's a great way to plan if you like to plan out your cards. I do like the size of this versus a bigger notebook, only because I can take this with me wherever I go. I can stick this in my purse, I can stick this in a craft bag, and take it with me. So if I want to go to work and I want to craft, plan that stuff, what I'm going to do for cards that week, or if I'm at a craft fair and I just want something to kill time, I can start planning out some cards and future cards and do it. Now, I did invest in this little band because I like to keep all my thoughts in there. And to me, that is very similar to a planner I have. It's called my Power Planner. But we're going to talk about stamping. Yes, you can stamp in these also. You can take an acrylic block and stamp in it. I probably would not go with, I would say, a big like hinge thing because this does not really go that flat. So a hinge one may come a problem. But you can definitely acrylic block. You can color in your stamped images on there. You can add inspirational quotes if you have inspirational quotes. You can do whatever you want. Of course, they have a college rule line too. In this, I did the dot grid. But if you did do the college rule, you could do your, inspirational journaling in it and stamp your images in it and color them in. A lot of people like to do Bible journaling where they'll take Bible quotes and then make a beautiful image to go with it. So it gives you some great things. And you can also do that with dot grid too if you wanted to. You can make yourself lines or just free form. Great for sketch artists, the dot grid, as well as making graphs. The lines, of course, are more for writing. So depending on what you need it for, you could either get the college rule or the 5 dot grid. And I, of course, like I said, chose this because I knew I was going to be planning my cards on it. So depending on what you're going to do with it, you can do little graphs. Like if you want to do water intake, graphs, and, garden graphs, growth graphs, things like that, checkbooks, little check and balances, to-do lists. There's so many possibilities with these. It's crazy. This is like a blank slate for you to do whatever you need to do with it. And I will show you some examples of their, I'd say it's stock photos of it. It does come with a bookmark, so you can't do the wire-bound ones like some of the wire-bound coiled bookmarks, but you can put your own bookmark in there, or you can use their little bookmark there. And like I said, the layout of this is very similar, and the size is very similar to a planner that I use in my purse. It's called the Power Planner. It's a great inspirational planner. I'll go into this later on in a planner video I'm doing on our new channel, which is Monkey's Piperpalooza Life. We're going to go into more planners and stuff with that. But about the same size as that planner, and that's my planner that I just throw into my purse. I love it because the size is perfect. And one thing I do wish this notebook had, though, is just like that planner. I wish it had like a little loop that I could stick my pen in or pencil or whatever I was using, because that's one nice feature that has. Now, like I said, stamping platforms are probably going to be a no on this, only because maybe my unhinged one might work, but because this is a leather bound and it doesn't have a coil, it doesn't really go really flat. So I would say if you're going to stamp images in it, I would go with an acrylic block to do it, only because I feel like it will stamp clearer. The hinge or other things may get in the way with it if you use the hinge one like the Misty or the Tim Holtz, because they don't float as high. But it's an overall really nice little planner. I love the leather bound look to it. And here is some information on it. And it's going to tell you all about what the notebook has, as well as some wonderful features and optimizations you can get. Now, here are some examples. Here's one with the graphs that you could do if you wanted to do your sleep graphing, habit tracking. You could journal, use freeform lettering with the college ruled, write down important information and dates and birthdays and stuff. So great deals there. So now we're going to go on now to the coil bound notebook. Now this notebook is a lot different than the softbound, mostly because, well, the size. The sizes this come in is 8.5 by 11 and 7 by 9. So it's still so much bigger than this one. But there's a lot of great features to this notebook. I ordered the productivity package in mine, which has a college rule as well as a little note-taking area where you can have check boxes. Only because I want to use my notebook for my videos. And like a lot of her things, it has wonderful little inspirational messages in it, which does help if you are someone that needs that little bit of boost of inspiration. You get this beautiful look on it. You got these big 80-pound pages just like the other one. The only thing different is, of course, you get a bigger coil bound paper. You do get the beautiful coils, which you can get different colors in. And the colors are, there's 4 of them. Platinum, which I have, gold, rose gold, and a black matte. So depending on what style coil you would like, I went for the classic platinum. Now this does have a removable cover, so if you want to change your covers, if you're indecisive and you change your mind every 5 minutes, these covers are interchangeable. So that means if you want to personalize it more by putting a picture of your new grandbaby, you could do it on the front and the back. Take this old cover off, put the new one on, and you're good to go. Or if it gets all scratched up, you can change it up. So it's a nice feature that this has. And like I said, you got the coiled notebook. but the page is perforated. So if you want to tear out a page and give it to somebody, you just rip it down and give it. Or if you goof up on something and you want to tear it out instead of trying to exit out, tear it out. That's the nice thing about this. Now this does in fact have 160 pages of paper in it versus the 124 in the Softbound. Like I said, it is 80-pound. You got 4 different features you can have kinds of pages. First one is the 5mm dot grid like I have. You can get the productivity package is what I have, or just plain college rule. And there is also a sketchbook option too. Now, like I said, the dot grid is great for certain things, but some things you may want college rule to write things down. And if you like having check boxes versus just lines, the productivity will be for you. So I can jot things down and also do a checklist on the side. And for me, I'm doing this for my video planning because I like to plan out what I'm going to do in my videos. All the facts and information, that way I can make sure I give you the information correctly. And to me, that's great. Now, another great feature, as you can see, is I have that little bookmark up there. You can use any of the coil bound bookmarks, any of them on this, because you got that same layout as that. So here you see my checklist. You can label whatever you want checklist. Now, if you wanted to make a video like I'm doing, you want to make sure you get through your steps of making the video, or let's just say you have an art project that you wrote all the steps down to and you want to put your shopping list on the side of the supplies you need to do the project. You can do that and you can check them off as you get them. There's so many possibilities with this productivity that it's great. So it's great for writing down what you need and then having the checked off tasks that you need to do to finish the project. And then of course, got the bookmark there, so you can bookmark where you are. These look like I said, any interchangeable. These are their mini ones they sell on Erin Condren's site. And they're great because they stay right in there, but you can pop them out and place them wherever you need them. So quite a few pages here. They are not numbered like in the Softbound, but quite a few. And they also included these beautiful little stickers that you can add for important information that you wanted to add. Let's say you did all this and then you realize I forgot something. You can add a little asterisk, little note tab there, and you can write that important information in that little box. That way you can add it to places that you need to add it, which is a great little feature, especially if you're taking notes and you forgot something. You don't have to go back and redo it. You can just add it to it. And that's a fun little feature that the coil bound has that the Softbound does not have. Now, the nice thing also about the coils is it does lay very flat. Versus this, I mean, the Softbound does lay flat if you really give it some pressure, but this is flat as a pancake. And then you have this wonderful feature that if you have not enough space to have it undone, you can fold it in half just like a regular notebook and work on the page at hand. So, another nice feature about the coiled. So, depending on what you need, if you want more of a versatile notebook versus a more classy notebook with some really pretty feelings to it, I feel like this is more of a notebook. I feel like the other one is more of a journal because it has that journal-like feel to it, like a nice classic softbound journal. This is more of a notebook. And of course, you get the second laminate page, also removable. So if you want to add some more stuff to it, you can. You can add super duper tons of personalization to this, from your name on the cover to pictures on the back cover and the front cover. Not just the coils and the words, but you can add so much to these. The possibilities. She gives you so many personalization options. I could put a picture of my kids on there, my dog, and make it my own. So here is that notebook. It's a really nice notebook, I think, for productive stuff. I think even for sketching, because sketching, of course, will do that. Give you that little versatility of that sketchbook option. All right, so here's all the information on the coiled notebooks, just in case you missed something or you just want some more information on it. This is all about her coiled notebooks. And here are some examples of the college ruled, using your little asterisks, the productivity part of it, what you could do with it, as well as the dot grid putting on recipes and fun stuff, as well as sketching. Look at them sketching those cute little goldfish. Now, let's go into now pros and cons of these notebooks. I love both of them, so I'm not going to say that one's better than the other. But depending on what you're looking for, these are your options. Now, the one thing I love about the small one is the versatility of the size. Now, the size is perfect for throwing into a purse or a small tote bag and going somewhere. Carry-on bag, an airplane, wherever you're going. It's more travel friendly, and with the little added elastic band, which we'll go into how to get your own elastic band or others in other videos on their new channel. So I will leave a link down below on the new channel, which is Monkey Paper Palooza Life. And as you see, you get the bookmark, and you can bookmark it that way. You don't get the bookmark, like you can't do the coil bookmarks, but it is very nice. It's very compact. It's very laid out really nicely. I love the index part, so I can quickly go back and see exactly what page my cards are. And like I said, it's very similar to the layout of my power planner, which I love that rubber band on it to keep all my information in there and keep it all compact. And I keep that one in my purse, and now I'm keeping this one in my purse too, so that I can design on the go or when I have time to design. And it's great for the transport part. I would say the coiled ones, even the 7x9, I feel would be still really big for transport wise, versus this one, which if you want something to travel with, something to bring with you, like I said, to flights, to craft fairs, train rides, bus rides, whatever, this is going to give you that versatility of travel. To me, this is like a journal. Like I said, not a notebook, more of a journal. And I love the cover. It's so pretty, and it's so soft, and it looks so pretty and in person. And it actually looks prettier in person than it does on video. It's very soft and very supple, like a leather bound notebook would be. So that's a lot of the good things about that. Now, I do wish there was more options, like the productivity, like the sketchbook option, not just the college rule and dot. Maybe later on she will come out with more of them with those options. So I do say you could still be pretty flexible with both the college rule and the dot, depending on what you're doing with it and what your plans are for it. But that is that one. And there's nothing wrong with the fact that it doesn't come out with all these things, that you can't change the cover, that you can't, do all this stuff. It's depending on what you need, you will decide which one you like the best. So let's go into this one, the pros and cons to this one. Now, my biggest con, I would say, would be mostly the size. It is big. They are big. They are bulky. The coils maybe crushed. I mean, you can both personalize both of them. I would say the size. This would be your downfall on this. I do like the fact that you can change the covers. I am a very indecisive person. In a few months, I might change my mind and change my cover. I do love the perforated pages for taking out pages, where you cannot do so with the smaller version because it is leather bound, soft bound. I love the little quotes. I wish there was more of these little quotes also in the soft bound. I do love the productivity, and like I said, it's the options of having 4 different option planners that you can do in this. I mean, it's fun. You can optimize this. And I kind of wish it, in a way, there was a way to have all 4 in one, because it may be nice to have a planning section, a writing section, and a drawing section all in one. I like that you can do it single-handedly, because you can flip the cover over and just do it like a notebook. This one, you're going to need both hands, one to hold it open and one to do it. It's still pretty versatile, but I wouldn't say it's not as versatile as coil bound. So if you are someone that is multitasking a lot, you might not. Now, I'm also going to say these little elastic band things do not fit well on the 8.5 by 11. I mean, you can do it. It really presses it to the limit, and I feel like it's going to warp your cover after a while. Just a feeling. 7x9 might not do as bad, but the 8.5 by 11, you might have to either custom do your own elastic, or you can maybe make it do. I don't know. So there's those options too. Now, I do love this productivity one, and I do really, like I said, love the fact that the covers can be changed. The cover is very waterproof. It's got that laminated cover that a lot of Erin Condren stuff has. If you ever had her planners, they're very similar cover to her planners. And we will go into one of her planners in another video. Like I said, on the lifestyle channel, so check it out down below if you are into planning and stuff. This is going to have a lot of fun stuff included in here. It's great. You know, both of these have their basic functions. I love having both. I like the softbound, like I said, for the portability factor, and I love having the coil bound for the productivity part of it. So, not a bad thing to have both. You can never have too many notebooks, depending on what you need it for. You might decide, I need a small notebook that I can just take anywhere with me. Okay, you're going to go the softbound. I need one that I can bring everywhere and flip over and do 100 million somersaults with it. Then you might want the wire coil bound. Like I said, I do wish the smaller one had the pencil holder. I mean, the size of these, you could probably put a pencil in one of them. But, I mean, look at the size comparison. I mean, this is really, really tiny. But I do love the index. The index is fantastic. Because, like I said, I can go in there and say, okay, what pages are the shaker cards on? Oh, 1 through 12. What pages are the new My Monthly Hero kit on? Oh, pages, 20 through 25. It's nice to have that index. I do wish the other one had an index too, where I could index my productivity projects. So that's one great feature that doesn't have. But you could probably put your index on this top cover. Maybe take a Sharpie, or some of the new Expo markers are not easy wipe. You have to wet wipe them. You could probably do that on it. I do miss the page numbers not being on there too. I mean, but I mean, like I said, they both have their own features. They both have their own pluses and positives. They both are awesome notebooks by an awesome company that has beautiful quality product. And maybe someday, like I said, the things that are options on the coiled will be options also in the softbound. The softbound are a new identity for Erin Condren, so I'm sure she's testing the waters. They're testing the waters, seeing what they want to do with it, and then they're going to go add some more goodies to it as time goes by. But like I said, I really do wish I had a pencil holder. Because, I mean, the coil band, I probably can stick a pencil in the coil. This one, I don't know where I would stick a pencil. I might be able to stick one on the elastic band and just stick it on there, and maybe. The bookmark option on there, I mean, you're kind of limited on bookmarks you can add to it. Like I said, I love this rubber band option on this. And like I said, I could probably add a pencil there. But here you can stick it right in the coil and just go for it and take it with you, like you can do with a coiled notebook. So, like I said, I really do love both of these. And I love that the design, I got the same design on both of them. I actually got the same design on all of the things I got from Erin Condren, because I really love this. I love the colors in it, the vibrancy, the colorfulness, and the geometric print. What would I choose over one over the other? No, I think I would choose both. I love both for their own different reasons. Like I said, the portability for me, I can take this to craft fair. I may not take the bigger one with me to the craft fair as much, or on a plane or a train or automobile, wherever I need to go. This one's a little bit more heavier duty than the softbound. It's got a more versatile cover, hard cover. This is softer, but a lot more portable. So depending on what you need it for, that's what you're going to go for. So if you like this video, please check out the last video we uploaded, as well as a video specially uploaded just for you. And like always, we welcome you to like, subscribe, and ring for notifications, but also check out our blog as well as Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook pages.